Hey there, and welcome. Today we're jumping into a cool challenge I call Composed or Decomposed. We're going to see how numbers can fit together, not like a jumbled mess, but like perfect, neat little building blocks. Sound good? Let's get started.
Okay, so have you ever looked at a math problem and it just looks like this chaos on the left? A total jumble of numbers and symbols. You just wish they'd line themselves up, right? Well, take a look at the right. They kind of do. This clean little diagram is called a bar model, and its whole job is to turn that math chaos into something you can actually see.
So, what if numbers could organize themselves? Well, they can with a little help. The bar model is the tool that makes it all happen. Seriously, think of it as our secret weapon for this mission. It lets you see how all the numbers relate to each other in a flash, so you don't get bogged down in a bunch of equations. All right, first things first, the bar model rulebook. Look, every good game has rules, right? The good news is these are super simple. Let's run through the 3 basic rules real quick before we jump into our first problem. Okay, rule 1, that single rectangle on top, that's your total. The big picture, the whole shebang. Rule 2, the row on the bottom, those are the parts. All those little pieces add up to make the total on top. And rule 3, this is the kicker. If you see rectangles with the same color or shade, they have the exact same value. That's it. Total on top, parts on the bottom, and same color means same number. Got it? Awesome.
Okay, now that we've got the rules down, let's dive into level 1, the first clue. This one's a nice, easy warm-up, just to get a feel for how these things work and build up a little momentum. And here it is. So our top bar, remember, that's the total, is 27. Down below, it's split into 2 pieces. We can see one part is 15, but that other box? Yeah, that's the mystery we've got to solve.
So the question is pretty simple when you see it like this, right? If the whole thing is 27 and we know we have a piece that's 15, what's hiding in that other box? The bar model just lays it all out there for us. And really, all this visual is asking is a simple math question. 15 plus something equals 27. We're just looking for that one missing piece of the puzzle.
And it's 12. Of course it is. You just take the total, 27, subtract the part you know, which is 15, and you're left with the missing piece. See how the bar model made that super clear? Pretty cool, right? Okay, let's crank up the difficulty just a little. On to level 2, solving for x. We've got the hang of basic numbers, so let's throw in a little bit of algebra. But don't sweat it, the exact same rules still apply. All right, take a look at this one. Our total up top is 45, but check out the parts on the bottom. One is labeled 3x, and the other is 2x. So we don't know their exact numbers yet, but we do know they're both connected to this mysterious value, x. So that's our next challenge. We know those 2 parts, the 3x and the 2x, have to add up to 45. Our mission, then, isn't just to figure out what the blocks are worth. It's to figure out the value of x itself. And here's the cool part. Since they're both parts on the bottom row, what do? We just add them together. So 3x's plus 2x's, well, that gives us 5x's. All of a sudden, the problem becomes super simple. 5x equals 45. And from there, it's just one quick step. If 5 times x is 45, then x has to be 9. Boom. The bar model helped us see the relationship, build the equation, and nailed the answer. No sweat. Okay, you're doing awesome. Time for the final challenge. Level 3, the final boss. Now, this one isn't really about doing a bunch of math. It's about pure logic. It's about really understanding the system we've been playing with. So take a good look at this one. The total on top? It's a total blank, a mystery. But down on the bottom, we've got 4 parts. Now, we don't know their value, but we do know 2 super important clues. They're all whole numbers, and, remember the rule? They're all the same shade, which means they are all identical. So here it is, the final puzzle. Don't worry about finding a specific number. The question is, what is the one rule that the number in the top box has to follow based on what you see down below? Go ahead, take a second and think about it. Okay, you got it? Here's the big aha moment. Since that bottom row is made of 4 identical whole number blocks, whatever that total is on top, you have to be able to split it perfectly into 4 equal pieces. No leftovers, no fractions, no decimals, because all those blocks are exactly the same. And that's it. That's the answer. Final boss defeated. We just uncovered a fundamental truth about this setup. The total on top must always be a multiple of 4.
It could be 8, it could be 20, it could be 400. It doesn't matter as long as you can divide it by 4 perfectly.
So what does this all mean? What's the big takeaway here? By figuring that last one out, you didn't just solve a puzzle. You basically unlocked a new skill. Thinking with these bar models, it's kind of like having a new superpower for seeing how numbers actually work together. I mean, this simple tool helps you see the big picture of a problem, right? It lets you organize everything visually. We saw how it makes addition and subtraction make more sense, how it makes even algebra stuff like 5x equals 45 seem way less scary. But really, what it does is it just helps you build this gut feeling, this number sense for how everything connects.
So, there you have it. You learn the rules, you beat all 3 levels, and you've totally unlocked a new way to think about math. The only question left is, are you ready for the next problem?